So this skull with a candle on its head, I just want to draw the top half of the skull. There's going to be no bottom jaw. Just drawing the shape, the eyes there, or the eye sockets. I don't think I'll draw any eyes, just draw blank space. You notice I drew a quick guard line there, just for the teeth. We can follow that, and I just want to draw the skull like it's got an evil grin. And then we'll just draw the candle on the top of its head. Just draw a candle flame. And obviously there's wax and stuff dribbling and melting on its head. And that's how the candle stays on its head. Probably at the colouring stage I'll make that candle red, and it'll sort of look like blood or something. It'll look quite effective. Obviously, as you can see, this isn't a realistic drawing of a skull, because I don't really draw realistic stuff. It's best to draw things as an idea, a concept, just to see if it'll work. I think we'll shade in the eyes, eye sockets there. Decided I just wanted this to be like a line drawing. I'll try and raise these cheekbones a bit, made them a bit too low. If you wanted to. A bit like cobwebs and things stuck to the side of the head like it's on a desk or something. It looks quite effective. So drawing the initial concept in pencil like we always do. It's time to ink it. I'm just using a manuscript fine liner pen, meant for writing, but I always use for drawing. Just add a bit of detail. Maybe make the sides of that candle all wibbly wobbly. And the wax sort of looks real thick. like it dribbles and that, and then it hardens once it, you know, dries, and all that jazz. I sometimes talk shit, but never mind. So, just trying to improve the pencil lines. That's what I always say. The way you want shading is you do like lots of lines close together, but since this is just a line drawing, I don't want, the only thing I want shaded is the eye sockets and the nose holes really. Don't want this to be a totally shaded drawing. It's mainly a line drawing, and then when we can add the colour in last, we can just add some good colouring. And I think I'll be using the Crayolas. I ain't used them for a while. I'll be feeling a bit left out. Do some more lines on the bottom of the teeth just to make it look, you know, like they're broken teeth. The inking stage is always your stage to add more detail than you've drawn in pencil. You know, not go too overboard, because you can go too overboard with their details. It's my preferred stage is inking, as you just finalising the drawing, and you can just add extra bits. Bits of webbing there, old cobwebs and things. I like real thinner lines. Shade this in, but I don't want to shade it in completely black. Just like to sketch shade, like cross hatching, but almost like a scribble really, not proper cross hatching or anything like that. Details. Maybe some cracks along the skull. Always looks good with some cracks to make it look like it's an old skull. And there we have the ink drawing. You could probably put some shading underneath, you know, the skull, maybe some lines. Just quick lines to suggest that there's some shadow. And we'll just erase the pencil lines as usual, and we'll start to colour with these Crayola pencil crayons, or pencils, whichever you want to call them. So yeah, we'll do that right now. Hi there, so back again. So I've got the Crayola pencils. I've only selected the colours that I need. You know, for the candle and the, you know, the grey and the black and a bit of the brown, you know, light brownish for the skull. I've erased all the pencil lines so that doesn't get in the way. So yeah, what we're going to do is we're going to start at the bottom. I usually like to try and follow some of the lines, but not do all the lines. The shade where I know there should be shadow, because we've got the candle at the top, so that's going to be the brightest area. It's just about working out where all the shaded areas are. I think that'll be around about where the cheekbones are, that sort of thing, under the eyes, maybe at the sides there, where the light don't get to. Go over the teeth as well slightly. So we've laid down that kind of colour. I want to start to add sort of a really light brown onto this part. It's a lot of the sort of top of the skull. It's going to be, you can hardly see it, but it's a slight layering of the colour, which is something that I like to do. And it can give you an idea of sort of the colouring as well, once you balance it up against the grey. Again, I'm not filling in all the area. I'm leaving some spaces, some white spaces. I'm doing that for a reason. And it'll become a bit clearer once I start to add other colours. Sometimes you've got to layer the colours. Things like that. And start to add some of the brown onto other areas. Again, real light. Don't want to totally dominate the drawing. This like it's a tan, it's called a tan. How's he tan? I don't know. It's like a light brown. I can just what I want to do is just sort of highlight the raised areas, which will be the raised parts. These, I don't know if you can see it, you can barely see it, but just want to mark out what the raised areas would be. There won't be many of them. Tops of the eye skulls there. Eye skulls, whatever. What am I talking about? Do eyes have skulls? I don't know. So you can barely notice that. Now, I think it's about time I did that candle. I said when I was drawing it I wanted it to be like a red, and this is like a red-orange pencil. Again, I don't want to colour it fully in red. I just want to do some hard lines there. Because what we can do is we can add some highlights from the candle as well onto the wax. You can add a bit of orange in there as well, which will help blend the colour together as well. So you know, I'll left some white spaces around the edges. That's so I can add a little layering of this orange. I'm not pressing hard either on the pencil. I just want to get a nice little layering in between. And then what you can do, just give a really faint little red around there, just like a bit of orange. And the red. The yellow, sorry. It's not red. And you can probably just colour some brightness around that. Some yellow. It'd work really good if it was like a black background, something like that. I'm going to take this black now. Just make these eyes slightly more darker. But I'm not really covering it fully, I'm just giving it a light colouring. Black. You still see the ink lines, and that's what I want really. So I'm going to take this grey . Just do some sort of like undertones of areas that need the grey colour. Just maybe underneath here just to make it match. Still layering some of these colours together, and as we go along we can add more highlights to the top of the skull. So I think it's important just to do a darker shade under that candle. Some highlights now, and around the edges of the candle. Wherever the light falls, can be on the top of the skull's head as well. So there will be many areas which will be covered with the light. It's mainly on the top, maybe the tops of the cheekbones, tops of that nose there, well, not nose holes. And then we've sort of established that a lot of this area is in shadow. I'm going to get the brown now, and I'm just going to go over these areas with the brown, and then we'll go over it with the black, just to make them more darker. So we're going over areas which previously we left white areas, but as you go along with the drawing you can realise that certain parts of the drawing won't be as bright as the top half because of the candle, because it'll be shining on all the raised areas and things like that, but under the bottom part I can imagine there'll be minimal sort of areas. But you can draw or colour in some slight variations of colour. So maybe for instance these bits might be more raised, so you might see some highlights from the candle on there. So I'm just going over the brown on there, or the light tan brown. And then just do them areas. You can go over areas on here and just press harder in the pencil. Especially on the candle area, because I want this to appear like it is, like a red candle. Again, just try and leave some of the highlights that you've already established there. Could get the white and just blend a few parts in here, just to get rid of them like white bits on the paper. It usually smooths it off. So the eye should be quite darker there. Light doesn't really get to it. And that should be as well. Just carry on smoothing areas off with the white. Helps blend the colours in together as well. Teeth, they could be faint bits of brown there. Really depends on the different bits of lighting. I mean, I would do like a black background, just for that, you know, the candle just to shine in the background there, you know, and the black background would actually look quite good. So yeah, so that's the skull with a candle on its head. I just thought I'd do this drawing video because I'm drawing lots of skulls anyway, so it's just fun to do. And yeah, so I'll see you in the next drawing. So keep drawing and cheers now.